Greetings. This is your boy Elder Blacklight, trying to enlighten you on how to deal with this crisis. The name of this video is going to be Nowhere to Run, Nowhere to Run, Nowhere to Hide. I might add a little more onto it, but first of all, I want to show you something. This is called, I've been had this for so long, y'all. I haven't had the need to use it for a minute. It's called hydrogen, food grade peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide food grade. It's got a double dose of oxygen. I have trouble saying certain words, but don't don't go off on me. And just a few drops in your water, and it'll purify and kill different viruses and pesticides, parasites. This right here is black seed oil. What black seed do is dry up the mucus. A lot of brothers say don't drink coffee, but I suggest you take you 15 drops of black seed oil, put some honey in some coffee, no sugar, honey, and drink it. Then after that, after you drink honey in the coffee, drink you 4 bottles of water, lacing it with this peroxide. I got to get me some more. I don't know where to get them at now, though. And this is black walnut. Knocks off all the parasites in the bloodstream. Also get you some wormwood. Now, some of you might not can't get it, don't know where to go to get it. Don't stress it, because certain breathing exercise can boost your immune system, and we're going to give you all types of breathing exercise. Or you can look it up for yourself. But this is Chicago. The military is about to move in on us. Let's check it out. Oh, and later on after this, we're going to go to the United States Gold Reserve. They got the most gold in the world, but we'll get to that.
Look at this shit. Headed towards Chicago right now. Holy shit. This is... Chicago's about to go on lockdown. Holy moly.
Some wild shit, dude.
Wow. Look how long that fucker is, dude. I had at least 30 seconds before I turned my phone on to videotape this for all of you that are watching this now. Wow. That is... Holy shit.
What is this? Ayo, nah. Hold on. Nah, my nigga. Y'all see what's going on? Nah, B.
Here we are in South Barrington. On Northwest Highway. Today is Thursday the 19th. Train's heading east. Hundreds of not even of these are the upgraded stuff from Iraq and Afghanistan, looks like.
Now they, in Ohio, they're going to sit out the National Guard. How they going to get into your community? They're going to be distributing food. Don't let them in. Put up a sign at the border saying, keep out.
Soon will play a role in the state's response to the spread of COVID-19. Governor DeWine signing a proclamation to activate about 300 servicemen and women. NBC4's Dan Perlman joining us live from Beetler Armory, where he spent part of the day speaking with a senior officer there about their next mission. Dan?
Yeah, absolutely. And he says this is what the National Guard does. They respond when there is a crisis. In this case, that is COVID-19. And on this mission, the goal is to get to and help our community's most vulnerable populations. They will deploy on Monday. Close to 300 members of the Ohio National Guard will spread out across the state. We are approaching this as if...
I want to stop it right there. Now you see these brothers. See, normally they wouldn't kill you if you refuse to cooperate with them. But since the coronavirus is a threat to the whole population, if you don't follow their instructions, they'll blow you away or either lock you up somewhere. See, but he don't know that they're using him, because, black people always wanted to join with the enemy, man. Ever since the Civil War. Even before the Civil War, Revolutionary War, black people was joining with the enemy. Now we're going to go to the, show you how much gold they got before time runs out.
Top 10 countries with the largest amount of gold reserves in the world. India. According to the World Gold Council, the Bank of India currently holds 557.7 tons of gold. Netherlands. In the past few years, the Netherlands has held 52% of its foreign reserve in gold. The Netherlands has a reported 612.45 tons. In 2016, it was reported that the bank was looking for a place to store all its gold because they were going to renovate the vaults and needed to move it. The Dutch Central Bank is planning to move the country's gold reserves from the center of Amsterdam to a new complex called the Cash Center. It is another country which had been increasing its gold reserves since the 1960s. Their official gold holdings were reported at 765.2 tons. About 2.4% of Japan's gold today is in foreign reserve. Historically, Japan has always held a bit more gold than other countries. Prior to 1997, Switzerland was steadily building its gold reserves. In 1997, the decision was made to sell some of those reserves to bolster the Swiss currency and diversify the foreign reserves. The percent of foreign reserves in Switzerland is currently 6.7%. Switzerland actually has the world's largest reserves of gold per capita and currently has reported 1,040 tons. Number 6. Russia. Russia is the fourth largest producer of gold in the world and has been building up its own reserves since 2006 in order to diversify. After a domestic purchase in 2012 of around 75 tons, the Russian gold reserve total reaches almost 970 tons. Number 5. China. China is the world's #1 producer of gold, and yet very little of that gold is held in reserve for the country. Instead, most of it is sold and the profit is reinvested in Chinese markets. In the coming years, however, China looks to be expanding its need for gold to increase its foreign reserves. Number 5. China. China is the world's #1 producer of gold, and yet very little of that gold is held in reserve for the country. Number 4. France. France is the first country on this list to break 2,000 tons of gold in reserve. Today, the country sits at about 62.9% of foreign reserves. Over the past few years, France's central bank has sold little of its gold, and there are calls to stop selling it altogether. Number 3. Italy. Italy has seen its share of economic problems in the last decade, and its high gold reserve percentage is a symptom of the larger problem. In fact, while Italy seems to have stabilized, it hasn't really done anything related to gold in the last few years. However, in foreign reserve, Italy has grown pretty well. Previously, Italy's foreign reserve ratio sat at 65%, with the country holding slightly more gold than France. Currently, Italy is still stronger than France, holding a 68% in foreign reserves. Today, Italy holds 2,451.8 tons of gold in reserve. Number 2. Germany. Previous statistics show that Germany had 3,390.6 tons, making up 66% of the country's foreign reserves. However, today, Germany has about 3,381 tons and has 68.9% in foreign reserves. In fact, in August of 2017, Germany's central bank announced it had completed a program to repatriate gold bars worth nearly $31 billion from storage locations in New York and Paris. 1. United States of America. The United States is the third largest producer of gold and the single largest holder of gold reserves in the world. Previously, the United States gold reserve percentage was 70%, with the physical stockpile reaching 8,133.5 tons. This number has fallen in the last half-century from the all-time high of over 20,000 tons. Now the U.S. has 8,133.5 tons with a foreign reserve percentage of 74.9%. In fact, for the past few years, the United States gold reserves have not changed at all, and it is one of the few countries on the top 10 list to do so. With the largest holdings in the world, the United States lays claim to nearly as much gold as the next 3 countries combined.
So I didn't come on here to talk long as I normally say, but I am asking you all to share this. And the reason why I'm coming on here is, for those of you again, hi everybody, Bishop Allen Rivers, Shara, Gail Mills, Jazzy Deborah. I work out here in Manhattan, and I was just on Lexington Avenue on my bus, and there were 15 black vans at the light. And I pulled over next to one, and it's the Army. Y'all, I'm serious. So I asked them, I said, are you all starting to patrol now? And they said, yes, they're doing a test run out here in Manhattan. And I said, are you all going to start going to other counties? And they said, yes. So I'm on here to tell each of you who have children, nieces, nephews, even some of us who, you know, we so pig-headed, we stubborn, we know everything. Please, when the Army gets out here in full force, which they are coming, please, if they tell you to go in, please listen. Hi, Karan. Hi, Yvonne Jerkins and Giovanna Monique. Please, when the Army gets out here in full force, which they are coming, please, if they tell you to go in, please listen. Hi, Karan. Hi, Yvonne Jerkins and Giovanna Monique. Email. Hi, past email. Please listen. Don't give these people any problems. Let me tell you, they're a whole different level than the police.
That sister right there leads you straight to the slaughterhouse. That's the reason why we got all these cats as homosexuals. Because these sisters and some of these brothers is punking out. Don't listen to that sister. We're going to talk about this on the next video tomorrow, Sunday. Hit me up. Black Light.